They're wonderful people.
Welcome back to Facts to Know YouTube channel.
Dive into all things life, mindset and positivity. Jeremy, and today,
Talking about something that many of us struggle with.
art of not caring so much.
World where we often find ourselves drowning in.
Expectations, and the need for approval.
Easy to feel overwhelmed. What if I told you that sometimes it's absolutely easy to hit the pause button on caring too much?
That's right.
Today, we're going to explore the liberating
Concept of not caring so much.
why might just be the key to unlocking a happier,
Stress-free version of ourselves.
Before we dive in,
Understand why we find ourselves doing so much in the first place.
be societal pressure,
Judgment.
simply the desire for validation.
All been there right.
Today, we're going to flip the script.
Explore the benefits of embracing a more carefree
attitude.
Buckle up.
Like and subscribe button.
Let's embark on a journey to discover why sometimes
A little less care led to a whole lot more happiness. So what
much of the suffering you go through in life stems from
stems from you caring too much?
care too much about other people's opinions of you. Work, all the tiny inconveniences happen to you.
Day-to-day basis. Put too much emphasis on these things, led to a life full of unhappiness. Once you dive deeper, understand why you care so much. Control your habitual
Response to certain situations.
develop a mindset that lets
Just nothing faze you. Video is gonna be divided. Two parts. First part is going to go over why you care so much.
the things that are having a negative.
Impact on your mental health. The second part of the video.
I want to go over how I unlearned,
Say,
care so much about these things
are having a negative impact on my life.
I really should not care about. I advise you to watch the whole thing.
The entire scope. Understanding why you care.
Right, so let's get into part one.
Our incessant caring come from
Really comes from these three basic needs that
the human wants.
these are our need to feel in control, need for acceptance or connection,
Our need for consistency. Need to feel in control.
explains our attraction to stuff like knowledge, shelter, wealth, are things that we want to be able to control.
Our lives. That's why we care so much about them.
We start to feel like we're losing control of those things.
Signals something in us to
Upon it
back that control.
is also why we try to control people's opinions about us. People pleasing. People are big people pleasers. They don't want to feel like they can't control one's opinion of them, even though they can't. People please
So that they'll have a better chance to. Also explains our attraction to risk-taking.
fortune telling or novelty. These are ways for us to test or improve control.
Want to be in control, as this is how we developed. Evolutionary. Active.
Don't have control.
Or environment.
Things that are around us
Or thoughts.
aren't going to be able to survive.
Second one. Might have the biggest impact on most people's mental health. Or need for acceptance.
Connection. Very little as humans.
Can achieve alone.
Evolution has hardwired to assume that we stand a better chance at survival.
We are accepted. Everybody.
Obviously.
This is completely outdated now.
No, we aren't. Fighting for our lives to survive every single day. Prehistoric times.
Don't need that group. Necessarily.
We all want to feel active and seductive to people, as we want that connection, want the chance to be able to produce with someone.
This is again
Outdated mind. Powering. We really should feel
very certain that those guys give a shit about what people think about them. This is why so many of us have a hard time spending time alone.
ourselves only because we haven't actualized,
Haven't learned to love ourselves.
because spend a lot of time alone, feel like we don't fit in with any group. Also a self-realization. Besides connecting with people, also want to feel connected to the world around us. We do. We feel we are.
This is why
Actions and stories
facts and numbers.
resonate so deeply with us. Lastly, our need for
Consistency.
what's the first two. Only way. Know that there's breaks.
Consistency. We aren't in control of something.
If we aren't putting together actions,
Things. Want our life to be consistent.
because then
Easily.
controllable.
We know what's going to happen next.
To people,
Anxiety. Can't predict.
future,
And care more. When something goes wrong, our lives
different from the norm.
get a bad
Opinion about us,
start to care.
naturally, oddly explains.
So why we are so attracted.
Care more about,
Serious things.
because they're unpredictable.
Makes us care. Then more.
Happens with like relationships. People
Don't know a lot about someone.
are not very upfront.
They're not on social media. Doing all the
Use
time.
them of like
Serious vibe.
naturally about their lives more. A biological
Active. In our best.
advantage to pay attention to
Consistencies.
in our environment. People
Make sure we're paying
attention to the right things.
aren't predictable, but possibly
Cause harm to us
one more idea that I want to add to this. I think left out.
most of the time.
Societies. Programming.
You to care about.
Things. Emphasize. Things.
The more you know.
See that society. See that
Society, at least in the West,
top is to really overvalue status or looks. It's above all. Determine your worth. Modern society. That is
media
through the things we consume
think that these things really
matter to us than personal fulfillment,
than happiness,
than finding meaningful.
relationships,
Should value status. How you look,
attractive you are.
you see things in the media. Put these things on a pedestal.
Don't get them. Don't achieve them.
Makes you care. Or now. It's what?
People, before we
Into the second part of this video.
just want to say statement
In control. Action. Any situation.
are presented with.
Life.
People forget this. Have control. Their mind.
Take. Their control. Can choose. Care about these things that
Really shouldn't let
negative.
act on them.
Obviously. A lot easier said than done.
What do we do? Get into part 2. Can we stop caring?
Standing. The reasons.
Why we care so much. Things we shouldn't care about.
Good start.
So it makes you become aware of these things.
Once you do,
Aware of these things. Think to yourself.
you feel that starting to care about something is having a negative,
Act on you too much. Say, okay, one of these needs.
reducing amount of care in me.
And you can just say,
It
okay.
is something that has been wired into me. Something is a biological need.
Something that can overpower. Self-aware human. Modern human.
Knows how to
All their reactions.
situations.
Doesn't exactly completely. Through all the caring.
Those things just helps you cope with them better. What it really
Requires us to is to adopt a new mindset. Adopt a new
active
how we view the world. Not just the world, yes, I would say.
entire universe.
What life really is.
This is what I have adopted.
This is what I'm gonna tell you
Now,
guys.
not call myself a nihilist.
Because I do think there is meaning to life.
Think that the meaning to life is just
Experience.
life has to offer. It's the most out of life, whatever that means for you.
Successful.
What you love.
Actively impacting. All while a living off of it. I think that is the true
Of but
thing that I always come back
like to realize
caring too much.
something
I really shouldn't care about. I'm going through a really rough patch. Getting a lot of criticism.
just realize how significant
My problems are
to rest of the universe. Grand
of things.
human perspective.
One single human.
Absolutely nothing.
Or a single human.
Single state. Single country. Single continent. Single earth. Single planet.
Yes, I should say.
Single galaxy.
Trillions. Trillions.
Galaxies. You realize that once you take in this perspective,
Just dissolves. Of your problems.
or at least
All of your problems.
you realize, well,
Of my problems. Of the things I care about. Completely.
significant don't really matter. I think a lot of us
To forget about.
short our time on.
Here is.
Where to?
How long the universe has been.
How long the universe will
Continue to be.
you can compare problems
Problems
are happening world
are at such
greater scale.
and realize that of a small amount of time.
This earth nothing permanent. This thing for me just realizing
Permanence.
everything One day.
One is going to die.
One day.
Your problems are gonna to exist.
One day. The memories.
You've had.
Going to be nothing. For a lot of people,
This is a realizing thought. Nothing is going to matter.
but
The most liberating thing ever.
you realize this. Realize can do anything.
Want in life.
If someone is emphasizing being you truly are,
Like authentic self.
there,
Giving you.
for that,
Not matter at all.
all gonna up in the same place, buried beneath the ground. Really,
You think.
one person, better,
Someone else.
whole life, just one big game.
It's the most out of.
Experience the most. Not about. Has the most money. Not about.
It's the highest status.
Has the
Friends.
that stuff.
Matter anymore. I adopted mindset. Allows me.
Just act. According to my
Authentic self.
not afraid.
Speaking. In public.
Do pranks in public.
I have.
Tons of videos on YouTube. I'm doing.
In public. Just talking about.
I'm just thinking about jokes on
Internet. Real life.
people. Criticize.
That. Oh, that. Criticize me for.
Know what doesn't matter. Brand.
Of things. Just want.
If my life. I want to, and if I am for that, you absolutely will be. You're not a pleaser.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Way I have.
Any reason I used
Care about.
things because I hit my old
Logically.
brand brain. Told me if is permanent. Are you overvalue these opinions, other people about you? No,
Stuff that happened.
was bad. You bet in the past what could happen. Future
That future is.
predictable. Doesn't matter. Brand.
Of things. Way so just. Your life. You want to live it. Person. Truly want to be.
Be the person makes you happiest. Is the most
Powerful way. Leave yourself.
cares. Mind.
Your body. If you guys.
Wait the video, guys.
This guys, yes. Wanna say.
Guys.
This video helped you.
Just Connor. That in there was whatever.
Don't care.
Exactly you see. This video
Tuned.
hated you. Leave a like on it.
Really hope that.
Opened eyes to
New
active.
things and. You understand. Care so much.
Super important. Like video it helps this out.
More people. Out my channel. Don't you know?
Leave a dislike. Guys,
To talk.
about the it with me.
Comment below. Your thoughts on it. After here.
Opinions. I'm happy.
To engage with you. Down there.
The way for me.
Good more. Relationships.
Guys,
You for watching.
till the end.
Love you guys so much.
See you next.
Where I. Stuff that. Care. Care about. You yeah.